The Sukka, the beautiful little, trying to call it hut, holy temple that we create for 8 days, teaches us a beautiful, profound lesson, which is that Rosh Hashanah Yom Kippur is the typical relationship to God, awe-inspiring. You walk into, if you're Jewish, your synagogue, and if you're Muslim, a mosque, and if you're Christian, a church. I don't know what other people have, but there's a certain sense of the awe of God, the greatness of God. But on Sukkot, the Jewish people get together and we come into God's home and we eat and we drink. In fact, many people even sleep. Right now I have to make some messages on my phone, and I said, you know what? There's a mitzvah to do it inside the sukkah. And I realized something very beautiful. The message is, no part of me is separate from God. I remember a Christian lady once told me, she said, you know, by us Christians, we go to church on Sunday, and then the rest of the week, it's like you're not part of the holiness. You have holiness for an hour or whatever it is. But in truth, this whole world, the schach is like clouds. The world is surrounded, whether it's by clouds or by air, it's surrounded by the energy of God. And everything we do has to be dedicated to God, to goodness, to compassion, to truth. There is no part of the world that is separate. Separateness is what we call avodah zara, a separate worship. We don't worship anything separate from God. And the easiest way to understand whether we're doing the right thing or not, as it explains in the Bible of Jewish mysticism, the Tanya, is, are you separate? Is what you are doing now part of the desire of God, as defined by God himself, and the only time he revealed himself to the entire world, at least the Jewish people and the Egyptians that were there, Mount Sinai, where he gave the 10 commandments, and through Moses, the 613 commandments to the Jews and 7 Noahide laws to the rest of the world. The only consistent documented prophecy in world history. Are you consistently part of it, or are you not? In the moment that we're not, and there may be people that look good, they look cool, but looking cool, as I like to say, is often just a hiding being cruel. The more we have to look good, the less good usually we actually are, because looking good is almost a false perception that there's something wrong with me and I have to make myself look good. The better we know we are, the less we need to impress someone else, because the more confident we are in who we are. So let us connect to the essence of truth, which is that we are all within God's space. The whole universe, as known from Kabbalah and science, is only within the tiniest of frequencies within which God himself is just hiding himself so we can exist. And once we know that we are like the Kohen Gadol, we are like the high priest in the holy temple. We're serving God. The whole world is the Holy of Holies, and every moment is a holy and special moment.